So let me start with the bad.
Folks, I do make tools for this.
Uh-oh, I didn't catch.
But from time to time, you don't have those.
We're pretty much at the point where it's time to start moving stuff in.
You're gonna have to pull.
You gotta push.
You gotta pull.
Push.
You gotta pull.
We did it. I'm really excited about where all of this is going to take us, and I'm more than ready to just jump headfirst into all of that. So yesterday we only got part of the way through installing fan 3 of 3 before we ran out of time for the day. So today we should be finishing that up, and then once that is done, we can start getting this thing ready to hit the road to head to Indiana. But let me kind of show you around a little bit and talk to you about why we are so excited about this rig. So it is smaller. It's an 11-foot floor plan plus the space above the bed, which is quite roomy. And that seems small compared to the 200 square feet that we've been living in for the last 2.5 years, but crazy as it seems, we have realized that we just use less space than we ever thought we could. And it's crazy because you're already downsizing significantly from what most people are used to. But we found that we really just didn't need all 200 square feet. And the size of our travel trailer is a huge reason why we wanted to get something different. It is obviously a construction zone in here right now, but it's just all part of the chaos that is going to create the environment that we want to live in. So let me start with the bad, because it's a very short list and very easy to work around. And I guess it's really only bad if you're not willing to kind of get in there and make the space your own. It is 20 plus years old. It's a 1997 Bigfoot. So everything is like purple and blue, and they have like the really ugly window covers and like this really bizarre kind of purple fabric everywhere. It's just showing its age in that way. That's fine. We're gonna take those things out, and I'm gonna reupholster some things, and you'll never know any different. The wallpaper around the windows is kind of like breaking and coming apart, and we aren't 100% sure why. We think that perhaps the previous owner resealed the windows then reinstalled them, and when they did that, there was some like bunching of the wallpaper around the windows. As far as we can tell, the windows have never really leaked, at least not really badly, because the wood underneath the wallpaper looks fine. Again, it's not a big deal for us because we'll just be able to take off the old wallpaper and then paint, and it'll be fine. And we'll probably also take the windows out and reseal them. It's kind of something you want to do probably every few years or so, and who knows if it was ever done in this one, so it makes sense to do that, and then we won't have to worry about it ever again. That is really the bad, and it's not bad at all. It's just taking into account the age of the rig and previous history and things like that, so it's not a big deal. Now, the good is a much longer list and why we are so incredibly excited about this thing. So, first and foremost, Bigfoot slide-ins are 100% fiberglass. They basically take a mold and they create a mold for the top half and a mold for the bottom half, and then they stick those two molds together, and that is what creates the shell of the Bigfoot. And so there is like minimal opportunity for water to get in and damage things, which is something that we have always worried about with the travel trailer. It's something that we were dealing with from day one of owning that travel trailer, when we found water damage in the slide, and that set us back, you know, a couple of grand at the end of the day. So the fact that this thing is so impervious to water is such a huge plus for us. I mean, they're almost boats. Like you could set it in the water and it would float. So we really wanted something like that. The second thing is that this particular model does not have any slides. And I know a lot of people really love slides because it expands the amount of living space that you have and it can make a space feel a whole lot roomier. But once again, that is something that over time we have found with our other travel trailer that we have regretted having because it has been a problem spot for us. We have had to repair it. We've had to constantly worry about it leaking. We've had to pay quite a bit of money to get the gear mechanism in the bottom repaired because it wasn't tracking properly when it was coming in or going out. It's just a whole big thing and we are really tired of having to worry about it and deal with it. Plus, if weather is going to get in, there's a really good chance it's going to get in through the slide just because it's never a good enough seal. Even with the way that they have them built and the fact that they're supposed to be, they just are not, and we are tired of dealing with it. This thing has no slides, and that's really exciting and a huge bonus for us. And also, if we do need to repair something, it is really easy, I mean comparatively, to repair fiberglass than it is to repair like a stick and tin RV. We have had some nightmare situations where we have needed to fix things and could not find the tin that we needed to put on the side, and it's this whole big thing. We don't have that with this one, so that's huge. And then also it's smaller and it's more compact, which you would think would be a detractor because we are downsizing, but honestly, this thing is laid out so well, and Stuart and I truly believe that there's more storage in this smaller unit than there is in our giant 30-foot travel trailer, just because there's a lot more thoughtfulness that goes into the design and into how it was constructed. I mean, Bigfoot really does take the quality control to a whole new level, which is why these things hold their value. I mean, it's not uncommon to see a 15 or 20-year-old Bigfoot going for $20,000 or $30,000 because they really do hold their value that well. And that's really exciting for us too, to have something that we're not going to feel like we're losing money putting time and effort and energy into making a home. And there are probably a million other things, a million other reasons why we love this Bigfoot, but those are the biggest that come to mind whenever I'm thinking about this thing and why I'm so excited about renovating it and moving into it and having this be our home. I'm sure I'll think of other ones as we go along and I'll throw those in there, but to say that we are over the moon excited about this being our next home is a serious understatement. But anyway, that's enough for now. We need to make a trip to the hardware store so that we can finish this third Max Air fan and get on with the rest of our lives. So I'll see you in a little bit.
So in today's episode of Tool Time, I'll be showing you how to splice into an existing circuit of the 12 volt variety so to power another 12 volt appliance. Today that's going to be a Max Air fan that we've retrofitted to install in the skylight that someone has replaced into an aluminum piece of sheet metal that would be the previous owner. So let's get this thing wired up and go ahead and give me a push on the button, honey. It works, folks.
No, I'm not a news guy at all. Matter of fact, but this is why I'm glad I'm at a point in life where I don't check messages. I don't. If I make a video, I put up. I don't. When I made that video and I said, I'm not.
So last night we got the final fan installed and framed out, put up a false ceiling. The only thing that we have left to do is deal with these wires, and we're basically just gonna tuck them up and away. It's really incredible how well insulated these rigs are, because last night we brought our little thermostat from the travel trailer, and we had this fan bringing air in, that fan bringing air out, and a couple of windows open, and it went from being like mid 80s in the travel trailer to mid 70s in here. And even right now it's probably in the mid 80s outside, and it's a very comfortable 77 degrees in here. And as long as you keep fans going and stuff, it stays like that pretty much all day, which is incredible because weather down here is still in the like 90s during the day. I'm really, really happy about that. I went ahead and took some of the window coverings down and like the ugly purple fabric that was above the door. I had to leave the covers over the bedroom windows up because the curtains are connected to them, and for now it's the only thing that we have to like cover the windows for privacy and stuff at night, so they'll stay put for the time being. But got rid of all that stuff up there, kind of got things cleaned up a little bit. We're pretty much at the point where it's time to start moving stuff in, which is really, really exciting.
Is she recording me? Now bend this in.
Oh no, the sheets are coming off.
Bend this in and keep lifting up. Now lift up.
I got nowhere to go.
Alright, you want to get out?
No. Here.
You're going to have to pull.
You gotta push.
You got to pull.
Push.
You got to pull.
Woo! We did it. Cheers. So last night, Stuart and I spent the first night in the Bigfoot, and this morning we made our first cup of coffee in the kitchen, and it was awesome. The space just feels so homey, and I'm really, really excited about being in it for all kinds of reasons. It feels weird to see things in here emptying out. I just realized a minute ago that I probably did my last set of dishes in this RV. Last night I probably made my last meal, and it's a weird feeling because this has been a home for us for 2.5 years, and now it's ending, and it's a good thing that it's ending, and I'm excited about the next chapter, and I'm excited about moving forward and doing new things. But at the same time, there's like this sense of the bittersweet because we're closing a chapter on this space, and endings are something that I always feel very acutely, even if I know that everything that is coming next is really, really good. And a lot of people also probably don't realize what this rig meant, especially to just me personally, not just Stuart and I as a couple. But we bought this a month after I got out of the hospital, and it was an outlet for me because I was able to pour all of my creative energy into making this a home for us, and it served as an outlet for me during a time where I was really redefining so many things about myself and about the person that I saw staring back at me in the mirror. I'm just very grateful for everything that this home has been for us, even though there are very real issues that we had with it and reasons why we decided to make the change that we are. At the end of the day, it's still been a home, and we've lived a lot of life within this space and taken it around the country twice, and it represents something very special. So I think I just need to let myself feel whatever I need to feel as I am going through and cleaning out the cabinets and getting everything ready to go, and then keep moving forward so that I can enjoy the next chapter for us and everything that's to come. This rig feels so right for us, and over the last few days as we've been living in it and making it our home, I've lost track of how many times Stuart and I have looked at each other and gone, this is so great, this feels so right, I feel so good about this decision. A couple of days ago, I got the last of our stuff cleared out of the travel trailer, and everything is distributed between Atchin and our cargo trailer, which we will be building out at some point to be more of a utility / garage space for us, and that'll be a lot of fun. But it's crazy how well everything ended up shaking out and how strange it is to see such an empty space in that travel trailer when that was our home for the last almost 3 years. It's a little bit bittersweet on many levels, but I'm really excited about where all of this is going to take us, and I'm more than ready to just jump headfirst into all of that. One thing that I do want to make sure that I mention, Stuart and I were talking about this a couple of nights ago. I truly do think, after having done this kind of thing for the last almost 3 years, that this lifestyle is very much facilitated by the community that you create through the people that you meet, through people like my parents and like our friend Nathan and his family, who are quite literally allowing us to be on their land and store some things here when we needed to and get our household moved around. They've been nothing but accommodating and absolutely incredible, and we're both really thankful for people like that. And even though this lifestyle is very doable if you are 100% on your own, there are so many amazing ways that people step in and help you. And that is something that I continue to be blown away by the longer that we do this. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If we were completely stationary, living in a house in a town somewhere, never went anywhere, never traveled, I think my opinion of mankind as a whole would be a lot poorer than it is right now. Every single time that we go out and we travel and we meet new people and we get outside of our bubble, I am just blown away by how fundamentally good most people are. Most people want to help, they want to make a positive impact on their environment and on the people that they meet with, and we are all here to help each other along on our individual journeys. That is something that I am reminded of over and over again the longer that I do this, and I don't think I'd have that perspective if I lived in a town somewhere and never left. So I think that that's really cool, and I'm really thankful for the experiences that have kind of opened my eyes to how people truly are, what's in their hearts, and how incredible people can be. So all of that said, it has been a whirlwind of a past few weeks, but it feels like things are really settling down exactly where they need to be. And I'm pretty excited because tomorrow we are going to be hitting the road and heading up north to see my family. It's going to be our first solo long-term road trip in Atchin, and we're going north, which is really exciting because it has been so hot and humid here. So it'll be nice to be somewhere a little bit cooler, but I'm really excited to see where the road takes us. So If you would like to tag along and see where we end up going, what we end up doing, all of the renovations and things that we're going to change in this current rig, because believe me, I have so many ideas and it is such an open canvas for us right now, make sure that you subscribe, make sure that you follow along. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. It really, really helps my channel out, and I hope that I will see you for the next video, whenever and wherever that may be.
The touch from the water.